Hey there guys, so the last time in the anime, this body swap between Yuna and Yuryu was getting intense as the exams were coming up, because if they switch bodies on exam time, Yuna might ruin Yuryu's English subject score, and on the other hand, Yuryu just saw the spirit who might be behind their body switching. So he asked Yuna about this, and she told him that it might be one of the local gods. At first, Yuryu didn't know why the god was pulling this prank on them. But later he realized the gods wants him to see that Yuna is hiding her true feelings and a different side to her from everyone, because she's the type who sacrifices her wish to help others. Then Yuna's best friend took Yuryu to their hideout where he did find Yuna's wish book, but Yuryu asks the god to switch him back because he wants to know directly from Yuna how she feels. So now, as the story progresses, Yuryu finally asks Yuna about the things she wants to do in her life, and it takes us back to a time when Yuna was a kid. She saw their shrine had very few visitors, and her mother said that if she becomes the head priestess in her grandfather's place, things could change because the head is the most important person at the shrine. So Yuna decided to take her grandfather's place one day so many people could come visit the shrine, and she would even hold festivals so that she could eat yummy things as much as she wants. And as she grew older, becoming head priestess was still in Yuna's wish list to revive their shrine, but a lady becoming the head of the shrine is tough. It's been this way for centuries, and even to this day others believes in man's superiority, so the shrine adopts an orphan and makes them the heir. And now that Yuryu had decided to become the heir, becoming head priestess is nearly impossible for Yuna, so Yuryu asks her to just give up then. It's much easier that way because she's making excuses of old traditions to bail out. And once Yuryu becomes the heir, he thought his first work would be to kick out the three sisters because their old ideas aren't bringing more visitors. That's why Yuna got mad at him for being a narcissist and showed she has much better plans for the future. And Yuryu knew Yuna was just scared of coming into the spotlight after her mother died. So he was picking on her to light the fire of never giving up. Mitsuko knew this. That's why she was enjoying the show. But then comes the cultural festival, and boys were flooding in. So Mitsuko warned Yuryu that guys are coming to hit on girls, and Yuna is especially popular among them. There, Yuryu saw a few guys making trouble, but before he got in, the girls showed them their place. Surprisingly, she turned out to be Ai, and she said she got separated from Asahi and Mahiru, so Yuryu decided to stay with her until she finds them, which makes her very happy. Then Yai takes him around to enjoy the festival together, and then her eyes got stuck at the maze, so she asks Yuryu with pretty please to go there, and Yuryu was falling flat for her cuteness. Just then Yuna saw them holding hands together, which stings in her heart, and after that, Yuryu got the call from Mahiru that Asahi was off enjoying festival by herself. But now her phone is switched off and she can't reach her, so Yuryu took off to find Asahi, and she was at the terrace where an event was going on. In it, anyone could speak their heart and mic. Asahi was getting jealous of Yuryu growing closer to Yuna, and yet even after she confessed to him, so she got the idea when a random girl confessed to a boy. Asahi also took the mic and called Yuryu there right then, and now. And Yuryu complied with her request, and instead of being mad, he was worried about her, and now that he found her, he wanted to take her back to others, but she holds him, and asks to go enjoy the festival together. And after that comes the time for the play. Yuna was acting as a tomboy princess, and Yuryu was a shy prince. The storyline was similar to their life, that fulfilling her dream as a princess is harder. But she rejected that outcome, and wants to do what her heart desires. In it, the prince supported her unconditionally. That was the storyline, but Shirahi fell heartbroken and left immediately, because that seemed like a love confession, and Yuna also got shy and ran off. Mitsuko knew where to find her, so Yuna opens up how her heart races whenever she's with Yuryu. And Mitsuko understood the girl has fallen in love, and there's nothing wrong with it. But after that, Shirahi comes over to study with Yuryu, but he couldn't focus because of Yuna's reaction at play. Shirahi saw this and tried to make Yuryu relax by asking about his empty room, and there Asahi comes in with drinks and she was just about to slip down and Yuryu saved her. Seeing that moment, Shirahi couldn't take it and wanted to go to the bathroom, so Yai guides her there. Shirahi had figured out that both Asahi and Yai had fallen for Yuryu, and her place next to Yuryu is now gone. Then she heard Yuna scolding Yuryu for being so inconsiderate for not giving snacks to guests, and Yuryu thought Yuna has fever as she looks bright red. The other two started discussing how Yuryu is hitting on a girl, and seeing this bond Shirai was breaking apart bits by bits, so she asked Yuryu to come over at her place for dinner. And the guy agreed without realizing what she means, but then they heard screams coming from the house, and from the looks of it, sisters were trying to make something in the kitchen, and messed up. So Yuryu had to drop the plan, or girls might do something seriously dangerous by themselves. It just broke Shirai's heart, because she was looking forward to it. She started to notice the change in Yuryu way before, but she had discarded it until now. But now, she wants him to go back to how he was there. Shirai's friend sent a picture of her dating the guy she had a crush on, along with a way how she did it, and that way was spreading out like wildfire. Everyone were talking about how a girl's wish of dating her crush came true after she prayed at Kuragami Shrine. So our gang also came to pray at that shrine, but it was deep in the mountains. There Yuryu asked the three what they'll wish for, and Yuna knows her dream is to become head priestess and have Mitsuko's dangos every day. Next up was the Sai, and she wanted to be a marathon champion and have Yuryu accept her proposal. As for Yai, that light head wants to do cringy things like watch her boyfriend dancing for her and proposing to her for a marriage. So they came over to the shrine, but the place looked like it was haunted. There Yuryu thought he saw someone, but didn't get enough view to recognize who it was. So they all just paid their respects and started heading back home. But the person Yuryu saw was Shirai, and she screamingly asked God of Kuragami Shrine to make Yuryu belong to her. That God listened to her wish and messed up the reality in an instant, and the next thing Yuryu saw that he woke up an orphanage. He was puzzled and heads to the bathroom, but he walked in on Shirai. Girl openly invited the guy inside as no one were in the orphanage, but Yuryu was super confused by all this and heads back to shrine. He saw the girls were working as usual and decided to cook something for them, but they started acting as if Yuryu was a stranger invading their home. Girls were scared of him and kicked him out. So he returned to the orphanage broken, but Shirahi comes to him and kissed him to comfort him, saying they're a couple, and she just wanted to cheer him up. But our episode 20 and 21 ends right there. So stay tuned to watch another episode of this anime, and for that subscribe the channel, and hit the bell icon to receive the latest updates. Till then, take care.